guys, it's Haven. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. A couple of you guys had requested that I do a Q&A video where you guys asked me questions on my Instagram, and I basically had a few and I thought I would answer them. I was kind of itching to do something outside of my norm. You know, I was kind of running out of ideas there for a second, but now that we have some Black Friday sales going on, Mama's got some ideas coming. So basically just wanted to do a Q&A. I thought it was kind of outside of what I normally do, and I just thought it would be fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and read the questions that I received on Instagram. The very first question is by Jen's Reviews, and it says, how long have you been into beauty and makeup, and how did you get started? Well, to be honest, I've been into it since day one. Like, I always wanted to be a model and a singer when I was younger and all that, and I've always enjoyed makeup. I feel like the past 2 to 3 years, for some reason, I just jumped, right into it. Like, I got obsessed, and I don't know, I think it was because YouTube came along. I kind of discovered YouTube and got really into watching it every night, and then all of a sudden I just started like trying what they were doing, and I ended up liking the results, and I don't know, it just turned out to be something I really enjoyed. So I've always enjoyed it, but in the past 2 to 3 years, I would say, is when I got really serious about it. It says, how did you get started? And I don't really have like I'm not a cosmetologist or a makeup artist or anything, so I wouldn't even say I'm officially started, but I basically have it's all about trial and error, and it's all about just practicing. And the beauty of makeup is that you can take it off. If it doesn't look good, you can just try again, or go with something or I don't know, that's why I love beauty, because it's just like the possibilities are endless, and you get to really kind of play with your creative side. So the next one is by DKAS Mom, and it says, if you could have one product and only one, what would it be? That's the toughest question I've ever heard. I feel like each step kind of plays its own part in the wheel of your face, and like, I don't know, you can't have one without the other, But if I had to choose, I would say mascara is a huge, huge must for me, because I was blessed with almond eyes, so I have no eyes, basically. So mascara would be my one and only product. Next is from All About Me 444. It says, what are your favorite makeup products from the drugstore? I am going to show you right now. I have one makeup product from the drugstore that I consider a holy grail item. It's something I'm going to use probably every day for the rest of my life. I like drugstore when you find something quality at the drugstore, because obviously it's more affordable, and so that's where I'm happy. But one item that I found at the drugstore, and I have not stopped using since the day I purchased it, is my L'Oreal Magic Decrease, and I'm so obsessed. Here's my empty bottle, and here is my completely sealed bottle that I just bought, because I will not go without it. So if you're looking for a cheap, affordable drugstore lid primer, L'Oreal Magic Decrease is for you. Let's see what's next. Okay, Honey Buns Leo says, favorite high-end product that you can't live without. That's easy for me. I don't do a lot of high-end because, this is kind of a beauty on a budget channel, if you will. But one item that I tried out, and again, I use it every single day, and I still do to this day, is the Marc Jacobs Highliner in Pink of Me. This is about $24, but I will tell you right now, it is the most pigmented, smooth, just amazing formula. Like, I think they have like 10 colors, but I've only gotten the Pink of Me. This is like a pale pink shade, if you can tell. And I'm just going to kind of swatch it on my hand. I just want to show you how beautiful it is. So as you can see, it's kind of like this milky, I don't know what it is. It works for your waterline. That's all I'm going to say. It just makes my eyes pop. I just absolutely love that. And yeah, it's a little pricey, but it also is a little bit longer than like your typical liner. So just to give you kind of a comparison of some, what is this? Kat Von D. This is the tattoo liner. So just to kind of show you, it gives you a whole lot more product. So that's nice. Next is by Princess Salveja. It's Princess Salveja. I don't want to say that wrong, sorry. It says, what product do you regret buying the most? Actually, I was looking in my drawers, and I was able to find 3 products that I regretted buying. I don't know, there's no connection between them. There's just 3 things that I tried once and never touched again. The first one I was surprised by, actually, because it's by Milani. It's called Illuminating Face Powder, and it's in the color Hermosa Rose. And it's like beautiful. I mean, it has these roses, and you would think it's like this amazing formula. Like, I was expecting some whoosh, some blinding, like illuminating face powder. You think it's going to be blinding, right? So I go like this, and I just feel like it's so dull. Like, there's absolutely nothing exciting on that finger right now. I can keep trying, but I just feel like there's nothing to it. And this was like 10 or 12 bucks, to be honest. It was just disappointing because I felt like it was going to be amazing, and it just wasn't. The second product I regret buying is by Stila, actually. It's called Water Lily, and it's a watercolor blush. This is what it looks like. And I don't know, I just was confused by the whole thing. You open it up, it's like this sopping paint pot, like it's just all messy in there. I don't know if you can see. And then you kind of like go like that, and it's just this mess. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Like, so I was like kind of patting it like on my cheekbone, but once you pat it in, where's it at? Like, I don't get it. Like, even the color, the shade itself is pretty. I thought, oh, this will give me a nice flush, but it left me hanging. It didn't do shit. So that, unfortunately, is something I regret buying. The third product, I don't get it. I'm sorry. I do not understand. It's by e.l.f. It's called Natural. I don't know where the box is, so it's probably like natural highlighting balls or something. I don't know. I just find this to be really bizarre. So this is what it looks like. It's got all these little balls in it. You open it up, and it comes with this little loofah thing. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can smooth that on, right? What? There's loose-ass balls in here. Like, what are we doing here? Is this a gumball machine or a highlighter? Like, so you're telling me that I have to actually run this over this? I mean, what are you saying? Like, I just find it so weird. So it doesn't really look like a whole lot got on there, and I honestly just don't understand the concept. If somebody has like some insight on this that they want to share with me, feel free, because this is confusing to me. It's just balls. Like, it's just balls in a container. I mean, so those are 3 items I actually regret buying. I mean, I'm sorry if any of you guys have spent your hard-earned money on them, because I sure wasn't happy about doing that. Okay, so the next question is going to be, okay, it's by Sari TAXP. What is something you had wished you would have done differently back when you first started? Another question, how do you balance your personal life, makeup, social media, and all? Any tips? So the first question is, what is something you wish you had done differently back when you first started? I think the only thing I regret is not starting sooner. I'm 31, so I'm not exactly a spring chicken anymore, and I think it would have been cool to use my 20s to gain more experience and kind of get things rolling earlier, but whatever. I mean, things happen when it's time for them to happen, so I'm happy regardless of my age. But yeah, so I do wish I would have started sooner. If I could kind of do things over again, I probably would look into it, you know, at an earlier age. Another question she had was, how do you balance your personal life, makeup, social media, and all? Any tips? I actually have something to say about this, because when I started my YouTube, it was a little bit of a frustrating time for my fiance and I, because I spent hours combing through YouTube, Google, anything under the sun, just trying to figure out how the hell to get this thing rolling, because there's a lot more involved in YouTube than a lot of people realize. I mean, there's editing, you have to figure out how to do a custom thumbnail, you have to, you know, captions, cutting, trimming, you know, adding music. There's a whole lot to learn, and so I kind of got in like this obsessive stage where I was really like wanting to learn more and more, because I wanted every video I posted to be better than the last, and I noticed that Justin and I weren't even talking anymore. Like, I was literally avoiding him, and it started to become a problem. So I talked to him about it, and I said, you know what, when would be the best time for me to edit? Because it's going to happen. I'm going to need to edit, you know. The problem is it's so involved that you can't even like stop to have a convo real quick. You have to remember where you left off, and I don't know, there's a lot involved. So the point is, we agreed on a time when we're settled down for the evening in bed. That's usually when he's like on his iPad and I'm watching a show, or vice versa. So he said, how about when we're settled in bed, kind of doing our own things on our own devices, that's when you should edit. You know, we're both occupied at that time. And so that's what I did. I basically would record really quick during the day, and then in the evenings when it's time to settle down in our jammies, that's when I kind of get going with the editing haven, if you will. So yeah, there is actually a lot to it. There's a lot of balance needed, and you need to communicate with your significant other and just, you know, get a plan going that works for both of you, because if you're passionate about something and it's creating friction between you and your partner, then that's never going to work, you know what I mean? So communication is key, I would say. Okay, Mrs. Nelson 117 says, how did you start getting into makeup? Was it something you always wanted to do, or you just kind of fell upon it? I kind of answered that one in the beginning. So I've always loved it. Like, it was always something I enjoyed, but most recently in the past 2 to 3 years is when I really got deeply into it. Janie2129, what's the best beauty product you've bought without spending a fortune on? I would have to go with the ColourPop highlighters. I have a couple right here. I know one of them is called Angel Food, and I can't remember the other one. Unfortunately, they're not labeled underneath, so like once you throw away the box, you're screwed. But these are what my ColourPop highlighters look like, and these are $6 a piece, mind you. And they're just absolutely stunning. This is the first color, and that is the second color. So you can see these are $6 a piece. So I would say that those are one of the best, cheapest products that I've ever purchased, because I really love those a lot, and they do compare to my high-end highlighters. The next question is Lauren_Kennedy. Do you have a suggestion for all coverage foundation for oily skin? Yes, I do. I was looking at my foundation collection, and one thing just stuck out at me completely as far as full coverage and for oily skin, and that is by Note Cosmetics. It's Mattifying Extreme Wear Foundation, and I have done a video on this. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. It's actually starting to hollow out, but this is such an amazing formula. I can't even tell you. It literally stays on for like 10 hours and no touch-up, no nothing, and I have oily skin. This is my holy grail for mattifying. This is what's up for sure. This is about $15 or $16 on Ulta, which is where I got it, and I've also done a video reviewing this with a 6-hour check-in, so I will link that down below. So definitely Note Cosmetics Mattifying Extreme Wear Foundation. Okay, Siorsha_GWY. It says, you once mentioned that you got your eyebrows microbladed. I've been thinking about getting mine done. Can you explain the process, and does it hurt? Actually, I have done an entire video on this. It was one of my first videos I ever did, so I'm not like totally proud of it because it was like me being all nervous and awkward. But yes, I got my eyebrows microbladed in October of 2016, and it literally changed my life. I had no brow hair. Had nothing to work with, no shape. So basically what they do is they measure your bone structure, and they do a stencil of what they think that might, look good with your face, and you get to look at it and say yay or nay, let them know whether, it satisfies what you're looking for. Once you give them a thumbs up, then they get going. They basically have a little tool where it's kind of got like blades, mini blades in it. Basically, they implant pigment into your skin. The toughest part about the whole process was it did hurt. They do put a numbing cream on, but I don't know what it was. My eyes were uncontrollably watering. I think it was just because I'm not used to having them tattooed, or so close to my eyes, I should say. But the second hardest part was taking a shower, because you cannot get your eyebrows wet for 7 days, and I couldn't figure out how to take a shower and wash my hair without getting my eyebrows wet. So I ended up improvising and wearing swimming goggles in the shower. But I will also link my video down below so you can kind of hear the ins and outs and the details on that. And I do recommend it. I swear to you, my brows have been in fleek since the day I left that salon, and I'm not kidding. Not trying to toot my own horn, but toot toot. TheGlitterGirl.Nikki, what is your favorite liquid lip? That's so funny. When I was prepping for these questions, I was grabbing the items that I wanted to use. I had such a hard time choosing a favorite liquid lip that I brought all my favorite liquid lips, and I can't choose. I cannot choose one, seriously. I'm just going to hold them up really quick. Okay, these are all my favorite liquid lips. I know that doesn't really give you a great visual. I'm just going to say them really quick. I'm not going to swatch them or anything. So I would say my favorite of all time, something that I know I can always turn to. It's just my holy, holy grail. And it's Tarteist Lip Paint and Festival, so that's that color. Another favorite is by the KKW collection. It's in Kimmy. Another one is by Kylie Cosmetics and Posy K. This is one of my faves. Another one by Kylie that I love is Harmony. It's more of like a hot pink. Posy K is a little bit more of like a taupe color, so I don't know, this one kind of livens things up a bit. Two of my ultimate faves are by BH Cosmetics. You guys probably know about these by now, and we have Samantha and Endora. These are just stunning, stunning. And then my last two are like minis that I just happened to get by accident, and it became obsessed with, and that's ColourPop in the color Dopey, and Jeffree Star in Androgyny. This is from his mini collection, and I wanted to grab that because I knew Androgyny was so effing popular, and now I know why. It's what I have on my lips right now, actually. So those are actually all my favorite liquid lips. I know that was kind of silly because it says what is your singular favorite liquid lip, but I just couldn't decide. So just to give you a quick visual of them all together again, these are all those shades I just mentioned. Up next we have the last question, and it's by Kayla Kamikaze. It says, what's your favorite high-end product that is worth the price? Well, as I mentioned earlier, definitely my Marc Jacobs highliner in Pink of Me, but a second close would definitely be my Too Faced Better Than Sex. And I always have a mini because every makeup order I always get, like, somehow I end up with a mini Too Faced Better Than Sex. But this is just something I'm always going to use my entire life. Like, this is one of my favorite things on earth. But yeah, so that was it for the questions. I wanted to thank all of you guys who posted, asked me things that you wanted to know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to do another Q&A, let me know. I find these enjoyable. Feel free to comment questions below or DM me or whatever you want to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye.